Call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The clerk may call the roll.
Councilmember Porter,
Present.
Councilmember Middleton.
Present.
Councilmember Kavanaugh,
Present.
Councilmember Dundon,
Present.
Councilmember Costi,
Present.
Councilmember Hotchkiss,
Present.
Council President Matavetsky.
Present.
Thank you.
All right. Reports. Oh, approval of the minutes. Anyone would like to?
I'll make the motion.
A second.
Motion by Councilman Dundon, seconded by Councilwoman Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Now we have reports from committees. Anyone have anything they would like to share? We have some committee meetings scheduled. You wanted to,
BLDC is canceled tomorrow. Everyone knows what finance has been up to.
We got a planning committee meeting tomorrow at 2:30. And we're gonna go over the climate action plan, hopefully for the last time, and the fair housing advisory or the fair housing study. And then next week on Tuesday, there's a rules and special studies meeting to discuss the illicit cannabis crackdown law.
proposed law.
Oh, proposed. It's in committee, so.
Thank you. Is that a hand over there? Nope. Okay. Tomorrow at 1:15 PM in the work session room, there will be the monthly environmental commission meeting. One of the things that they're going to be voting on is their recommendations regarding the proposed zoning changes, which is something that we requested. So wanted to highlight that is going to be happening tomorrow for any council members or community members that are interested. All right.
Thank you.
All right, so appointments. We don't have any appointments that we're making tonight, but I'm going to take the opportunity to remind people that if you are interested in trying to get yourself on a board or a commission, please send in your resumes so that we have them as things open up. I will reach out to the Environmental Commission, which is the main one that we appoint to see if any of the people whose terms are up in December are already planning to not request to be renewed. But in the meantime, if you're interested, shoot us, myself and the clerks, your resume if you're interested. All right. We don't have, what we did. All right, so our public hearing, we have one public hearing tonight regarding 024-90, an ordinance adopting the 2025 budget. City residents are welcome to speak. You each have 5 minutes. Is there anyone here to speak? No. Was there anything sent into the clerks for this public hearing? Thank you.
This is from Kenny Brown, resident of the west side of Binghamton. Normally, I give these comments in person, but not today, not tonight, because right now, as this is being read, I am in attendance at a housing justice rally a mile away on Court Street in front of the DSS building. A housing justice rally needed because of the extreme levels of homelessness in the city and county, because of ever increasing rents and student rentals without filling the need for the locals that live here every single day of the year. An issue that almost all of you claimed as an important campaign position last year when you ran for these positions you now hold. And yet here we are, almost a quarter through your terms, and what has really been done? Not much at all. And I won't pretend it is simply city council at fault, because that would be unfair and wrong and would ignore the guilt held by City Hall, by the county executive, by the county legislator, by the elected officials in all the other cities, townships, etc. in Broome County. But this isn't their city. This isn't their town board. This is Binghamton, and you are our city council, our legislative branch. And I have to say, as a Binghamton voter, I'm extremely underwhelmed and disappointed with what has happened in these chambers since you all took office on January 1st. Don't get me wrong, I saw some attempts at addressing the issue, and I recognize that the mayor and the former city council pillaged the 46 million in ARPA funds that could have been used for this. But that is past. That was almost 11 months ago. You've been holding budget hearing after budget hearing for next year's city budget, and I haven't seen much about any of you trying to find waste or excess in the proposed budget that can be reallocated to build severely needed emergency housing or a 24/7, 365-day shelter, or a mental health or job program to help end homeless recidivism. These are the things we need, not an increase in the police budget so that the men and women in blue can go harass the women and men stuck sleeping on the streets, so they can displace them from encampment to encampment without giving them any real help. Removing encampments and throwing away their only belongings without anywhere to send people is asinine, a full-blown waste of time and insanely dehumanizing. We need real solutions, not the continual sweeping under the rug. Here's an idea for all of you, since funding is always such a worry. Do a citywide reassessment of all student rental properties and tax those properties properly. Even though your buddy and campaign donor, student housing mogul Charlie Ackerman, claims he is not a rich man, he's lying through his teeth. And it's far past time every single one of these student housing parasites on our city pays their fair share and actually helps fund the solution to the problem they themselves created and made millions off of. Make those responsible pay to fix the problems they created, and don't let potential campaign donations blind you when you claim you want to do good for the city. Because the struggling residents of Binghamton need your help, not the people who own all the housing. It's far past time to prove to us that you actually care about those you claimed to when you ran for election, and not just the guys who helped you fund your campaigns last year. So many of you ran as progressives. It's time to start acting like it, because while you go home tonight after what must be at least your 20th business meeting of the year, many of these homeless individuals you promised to help when you got elected will return to the streets for the 297th night this year. And it's only going to start getting colder week by week. So remember that when you walk through your front door tonight, into your home with 4 walls, a ceiling, electricity, and running water. For a lot of these people, the only running water they have passed by their heads while they sleep on the ground next to the river.
Thank you. This public hearing will be staying open through our upcoming special business meeting, at which we'll be considering the vote on the 2025 budget. So we will continue to listen on the topic of the budget. All right, now we'll move on. Oh, okay. Do we have an official date and time at this point? Yeah, so we're going with Tuesday, the 29th. Is that? Okay, everyone is good. Tuesday the 29th at 6 p.m.
So previously, we discussed that it was suggested on the 29th because there is supposed to be a 5-day window for the public hearing, or a notice for the public hearing, but I couldn't find like where that law or regulation is for that. So is there, like, I don't think there's any reason why we couldn't have it on Friday or Monday.
Is there
Okay.
any other interest on moving it from the original proposed Tuesday, the 29th to say Monday, the 28th? Okay, so I'm interested in the legal advice for executive session. So I have to vote on that, right? I guess I'll make a motion to go into executive session.
I'll second.
Okay. And we vote on it, right? So I guess the clerk can call the roll unless there's any discussion. Yes, so again, the motion is to go into executive session for the purpose of receiving legal advice.
So we have to go into executive session to discuss it?
Yes. To receive legal advice.
I wanna, okay. Just, it doesn't make sense to me why I can't get the answer now, but okay.
I guess because there's certain things you can't discuss with everybody. Info.
I mean, that would have been nice to, is that it? Is that we can't speak because of the legal issues?
So is there? I think it sounds like it might need to be a roll call. So let's just do it as a roll call.
Councilmember Porter,
Hey,
Councilmember Middleton, Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon,
Aye.
Councilmember Costi.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Thank you. That's
All
6-1.
right. So we'll set, using 5 minutes. Okay, we'll be back in 5 minutes.
I know, but I'm still a woman.
Right. Calling the meeting back. All right, so we will be adjourning the public hearing until Tuesday, the 29th at 6:30 PM. That will give people 5 days from when the minutes from tonight's meeting are up tomorrow to review them, to be able to be nice and prepared for the continuation of the public hearing. So, all right, moving on. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay, I have to form it as a motion. Motion to adjourn the public hearing until on an ordinance adopting the 2025 tax budget to Tuesday, the 29th at 6:30.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, motion by myself, seconded by Councilman Dundon. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, great. Thank you. Now we move on to public comment. Is it, nobody's here for public comment? Anyone? Public comment? Eh? Okay. Did we receive any via email? No, great. Thank you. Reminder to people who are watching, you can email clerk@cityofbinghamton.gov if you would like something read into the record during public comment. You email it by 1 PM on the day of business meeting. All right. Now we can move on to second read legislation. We'll start with introductory ordinance 024-81 considered in finance. Councilman Kavanaugh.
Okay, I'd like to motion to adopt introductory ordinance 024-81, an ordinance to discontinue a portion of Overland Drive.
And motioned by Councilman Kavanaugh, seconded by Councilman Middleton. Discussion.
Go ahead, you go first.
Council President, are you happy with everything that you wanted for this to move forward? Seeing that this is your district and I know you worked extremely hard on this subject.
Thank you, Councilman Dundon. Yes, so the city's been very responsive to my requests. The fire department did respond that basically they would back up fire trucks as they do on other dead ends if necessary. But they believed it would be okay. As I mentioned in the previous meeting, the response relating to trees was for me to encourage and educate residents to make sure that if they have issues to let the city know that they are locked in. So there's obviously no good, like really great answer to turning something into it a one-way, like it's going to be a one-way. There's ups and downs to that. But I believe that the minimum requests that I asked for were addressed. So I'm comfortable moving forward. All right. And I did, for the constituents that reached out to me with phone numbers, I did call them back to give them the update. And they were grateful that, we looked into things and that the city's aware of the challenges. All right. Anybody else?
Just on the same sort of, you did a lot of the outreach and a lot of the communication with the residents. So I mean, just is there did we not get any feedback, or minimal public feedback because they were all talking to you or
Yeah, so
is there not much of a to do?
So my impression from some of the constituents I spoke to is that because they actually like the person who is proposing to purchase this, that they were not comfortable going on the record stating concerns. This is someone who's very likely going to be their neighbor, and they don't have personal animus towards them. So that was one of the refrains that I heard was just they didn't feel comfortable going onto the record. And yeah, so that I would say was the main response for people that responded to me, but not to the public hearing.
Thank you.
Another thing that kind of, I think, yeah. All right. If there nothing else, we can call a roll on it. Anything else? Okay, clerk can call a roll.
Councilmember Porter.
Aye.
Councilmember
Aye.
Middleton, Councilmember Kavanaugh,
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon,
Aye.
Councilmember Costi,
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Thank you. That is 6-1.
The ordinance passes. Next, we have our first read legislation. Oh,
We have one
Yeah.
more.
one more. Oh, sorry. Yes. Next, we have introductory ordinance 024-87, considered in finance.
Thank you,
Councilor
Madam
Cap-
President. I'd like to move for passage of introductory ordinance 024-87, an ordinance to approve the sale of Overland Drive.
I'll second.
Motioned by Councilman Kavanaugh, seconded by Councilwoman Middleton. Discussion. Okay, basically this just follows along from the first one. Clerk can call the roll.
Councilmember Porter,
Aye.
Councilmember Middleton,
Aye.
Councilmember Kavanaugh,
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon,
Aye.
Councilmember Costi,
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Aye, right? Great. Finance, Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Thank you. That is 7-0.
Okay. This ordinance also passes. Next, we have our first read legislation, starting with local law LL 24-05, considered in finance.
I think we're pulling that.
We're pulling this one because it wasn't on the,
But
Yeah, if it has the sign outs and it just, there was a notice issue in that it wasn't in the packet and properly noticed. So I think at this point, the only option would be to hold it over.
all right. So we're looking for a
It'll be
motion.
second read legislation at the next meeting.
Okay. We're looking for a motion to hold over.
For what reason?
So this, let's see, I'm trying to.
It was
remember this.
taken off last time because council had not had it on their desks for long enough under municipal home rule law. And so this is its first read ledge properly. However, it was not included in the packet. So under our code and open meetings law, there could be a notice issue, which is
The posted packet. Obviously, it's in our packet.
Okay. Thank you. I remember now.
Why wasn't it posted?
And there would have been a issue, no oversight, clerical oversight.
There was a delay in posting the updated packets being sent along. I can't speak to why.
I'll make the motion to hold over.
Motioned to hold over by Councilman
I'll
Dundon,
second.
seconded by Councilwoman Middleton. Any discussion on that?
well, just that we put on for the special business meeting next week then.
Yeah, well, I'll add it to the special business meeting next week, so we'll keep it moving.
Okay.
All right, clerk can call the roll.
Councilmember Porter.
Aye.
Councilmember
Aye.
Middleton, Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon,
Aye.
Councilmember Costi,
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss,
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky.
Present, sorry,
Aye.
aye.
Perfect. Thank you. 7-0.
Okay, so the local law to establish an occupancy tax in the city of Binghamton has been held over to our special business meeting. All right, next we have introductory ordinance 24-89 considered in planning. Councilman Hotchkiss.
I make motion to adopt introductory ordinance 24-89. This is an ordinance to amend the 2024 PHCD budget for responsibility adjustments.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Councilman Hotchkiss, seconded by Councilman Middleton. Discussion.
So there's just been a vacancy in the planning department. And folks have been covering for that lost position, and they're just trying to compensate the other employees for their extra work.
Okay. Any further discussion? Clerk can call the roll.
Councilmember Porter,
Aye.
Councilmember Middleton.
Aye.
Councilmember Kavanaugh,
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon,
Aye.
Councilmember Costi,
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky. Thank you. That's 7-0.
All right. The ordinance passes. Next, we have introductory ordinance 24-91 considered in finance. Councilman Kavanaugh.
I'd like to motion to adopt introductory ordinance 24-91, an ordinance to rescind 023-108.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Kavanaugh, seconded by Councilman Costi. Discussion.
This is basically cleaning up a resolution that was passed when the transfer pumping station, that's right? Yeah. Terminal pumping station, thank you. Anyway, the TPS project was going to originally be overseen by the sewage treatment plant, so they created a budget line and funding mechanism for that. And now it's being overseen by the city directly, so we don't need this anymore, so we can rescind it and kind of neaten up the books.
Thank you. Anything else? Clerk can call the roll.
Reporter,
Aye.
Councilmember
Aye.
Middleton, Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon.
Aye.
Councilmember Costi.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Thank you. That's 7-0.
Okay, the ordinance passes. Next, we have introductory ordinance 24-92 considered in finance. Councilman Kavanaugh.
I'd like to motion to adopt introductory ordinance 24-92, an ordinance to provide a one-time parking amnesty for 2024.
I'll
Second.
second.
Seconded by Councilman Kavanaugh. Seconded by Councilman Dundon. Discussion.
So this amnesty is something the city does every 4 or 5 years. We're about due for one. The company that coordinates the collection of the regular parking ticket fines handles all of the administration, and they do this special one at no extra charge. They just get their regular rate. The amnesty program removes any late payment penalties and reduces it to the original fine. It gives residents a chance to kind of get right with the city and get the records clear, and it brings some needed revenue back into the city that we might already otherwise miss out on. So I think it's a win-win.
Thank you. Anyone else? Clerk can call the roll.
Councilmember Porter,
Aye.
Councilmember
Aye.
Middleton, Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon,
Aye.
Councilmember Costi.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Thank you. That's 7-0.
Right, the ordinance passes. Next, we have introductory ordinance 24-93 considered in planning. Councilman Hotchkiss.
Make a motion to hold over introductory ordinance 24-93. I believe there was a posting issue, and it's gonna have to wait until our next meeting.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Councilman Hotchkiss, seconded by Councilwoman Middleton. Discussion. Is this something that there's interest in me putting on the special business meeting? Can't
We
because
can't.
of
It
ENA.
it won't be.
Okay, all right.
Uh,
So it'll be taken up at the next regular business meeting.
yeah.
Okay,
So if I don't know, while it's here, there's, I think, 3 or 4 different deed restrictions that we put into it. One requiring that It has only affordable housing will be put there. There's the clawback agreement that if the ground isn't broken for the development within 5 years, the city can take the property back. The what was the other one? The within yeah, that's within 5 years, and then there was the environmental. If there's anything that comes back with the environmental study that is unfavorable, I think he doesn't have to hold on to the parcels. But
Does the
just
Does the
FYI.
change of the deed restriction, does that impact the value of sale?
No, not for not for the assessment. They don't look at deeds.
Okay, all right. All right, well, we're in a motion to hold over. So if there's anything relating to that, otherwise the clerk can call the roll.
Councilmember Porter,
Aye.
Councilmember Middleton.
Aye.
Councilmember Kavanaugh,
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon.
Aye.
Councilmember Costi.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye. Okay. Ordinance 024-93 will be held over to the next regular business meeting. Next, we have introductory resolution R24-78 considered in Public Works. Councilman Dundon.
I make a motion to amend R 24-57. It's a resolution. Well, I'll get into that in just.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Dundon, seconded by Councilman Costi. Discussion.
So this is cleaning up like what Councilman Kavanaugh said on 023-108. It's just moving money from the engineering design line to the terminal pump and station project line and just cleaning up the language.
Okay, great. Any further discussion? Clerk can call the roll.
Councilmember Porter.
Aye.
Councilmember Middleton. Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon.
Aye.
Councilmember Costi.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Thank you. That's 7-0.
All right, the resolution passes. Next, we have introductory resolution R24-79 considered in finance. Councilman Kavanaugh.
I'd like to motion to adopt introductory resolution R24-79, a resolution to accept an in-kind donation from Greenlight Networks.
I'll second.
Motion by Councilman Kavanaugh, seconded by Councilwoman Middleton. Discussion.
This is the Christmas lights and decorations for the city tree downtown and some related media exposure for the event that's being donated by Greenlight. It came from the Economic Development Office. Sarah Gross kind of initiated the conversation with them. They were interested in trying to get more involved, and this was the suggestion that resulted. And we're going to have a happier, brighter tree that's better advertised. So I think it's a good thing.
I have a note here that they
Yeah,
may
there-
need to have a floor amendment to modify this resolution to reflect an in-kind donation of 6,000 rather than 4,000. Is that?
Yeah, Economic Development asked if council would consider a possible floor amendment to the $5,000 number to change all references to a value not to exceed 5,000 to a value not to exceed 6,000 in case there are, fees and taxes that exceed that $5,000 number.
Sure.
Okay.
I wish somebody had emailed me. I would have made the floor amendment myself. Anyway, all right. Wait a minute. So we're in discussion, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I would motion to alter the $5,000, not to exceed $5,000 amount in the resolution to read not to exceed $6,000.
I'll second.
Okay, motioned by Councilman Kavanaugh, seconded by Councilman Dundon. Any discussion on the amendment? Okay. Roll on the vote
Amendment.
to amend.
Councilmember Porter.
Aye.
Councilmember Middleton. Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon.
Aye.
Councilmember Costi.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Thank you. That's 7-0.
Okay. So now we go back to the motion as amended. Any further discussion on the motion as amended? If not, the clerk can call the roll.
Councilmember Porter.
Aye.
Councilmember Middleton.
Aye.
Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon.
Aye.
Councilmember Costi.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Thank you. That is 7-0.
The resolution as amended, R 24-79 passes. Next, we have introductory resolution R 24-80 considered in planning. Councilman Hotchkiss.
Make a motion to adopt introductory resolution R 24-80. A resolution to amend resolution to amend R 24-18.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Councilman Hotchkiss, second by Councilman Middleton. Discussion.
So this is updating a previous resolution that we passed to modify the lease so that the city, or not the city, the city is leasing, still owns the land. And this is a requirement by HUD to move forward with this Saratoga redevelopment project.
Thank you. Any further discussion?
Yeah, I just want to put
Councilman
it,
Dunn.
I just want to put on the record, 40-year pilot will always raise an eyebrow to me. I know when I was trying to get a pilot on the Bluestone Wind Farm in Windsor in the town of Sanford, former Mayor Richard Bucci said that no pilot in the city of Binghamton or Broome County should ever be more than 20 years. But, and also knowing our need for housing, that normally I would vote right against it because a pilot that long, I won't even see it by the end of my life. But our need for housing will probably change that in the vote.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right. And again, just for the bigger context of this, there has not been federal money to support renovation of public housing. This is the path that the federal government has put us on to allow for renovations. I know not everyone is excited about the changes at Saratoga, but renovations are needed and we want to have high quality housing for everyone. So this is the path towards improving the quality of the housing. And we already made this decision in the past on the bigger vote. This is just going and cleaning something up, but just to remind people kind of the bigger the bigger context of this. This is to allow for renovations for the people of Saratoga. So, all right, clerk can call the roll.
Councilmember Porter.
Aye.
Councilmember
Aye.
Middleton, Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon,
Aye.
Councilmember Costi,
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Thank you. That's 7-0.
All right, the resolution passes. Thank you, everyone. Now we move on to council member communications. Let's start with Councilman Dundon.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say as we're getting, hopefully finalizing our first year of budget hearings and getting through the budget. I cannot congratulate Councilman Kavanaugh enough for the amount of work he's done and his due diligence.
Thank you.
As many meetings as I could make and even couldn't, and I followed along on YouTube. I really have to commend him for that. And as people keep watching from the outside in, as much as, I mean, I've been involved in local politics probably going on 10 years, and I can only speak for myself. As much as you think you know from looking from the outside in, it's only a drop in a bucket until you're sitting in these seats. And I will always say that to people. We're learning every day. We're trying to do our best every day. And I mean, hey, we're coming up on the end of our first year, and we'll see what next year brings. But I mean, next year won't be our first time going through a whole budget. So. And I'd like to thank everybody else who was on the meetings too.
Thank you. Councilman Costi.
Yeah, I'll mirror a lot of what Councilman Dundon just said. Councilman Kavanaugh, I want to thank you. You did a great job during the budget hearing as well. So thank you a lot for that. And just for anyone watching, the last day to register to vote, and we'll have a big election coming up, is Saturday, October 26th. So I just urge everyone there to make sure you're registered to vote and get out and vote. It's the most American thing you can do. Thank you.
You, Councilman Hotchkiss.
I am looking forward to being done with my first budget season, and I think, the compliments are appropriate for our finance chair,
Yeah.
Kavanaugh, that he's done a great job organizing everything. and put a lot of time and effort into it. Besides that, in District 4, there's most of the restaurants participating in Restaurant Week are downtown, but I know they're all over the city. I encourage people to go check out different restaurants they haven't been to before. They're going to be supporting the Urban League with some of the proceeds that they get from Restaurant Week. Also at Roosevelt, there's going to be Trunk or Treat on October 30th, and I will be there and I will be giving out candy, and I am working on the design of my trunk or treat. So I'll see you there if you want to attend. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilman Kavanaugh.
Well, thank you for the thank yous. We're almost through it. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank all the people that put a lot of time and effort into the budget. All of the city staff that did, the department heads that came down and had some very long, protracted conversations with us. The folks in the comptroller's office in particular that put up with a lot of me wandering in with, kind of obscure questions. And of course, the attorneys as well and the deputy mayor, I think that, all been trying to get through the process. So, and then our own diligent clerks that were great about putting together all the pages and agendas for every meeting and keeping me on track. So thanks to, it's a group effort. So thank you.
Councilman Middleton.
Yeah, just thank you again, Rob, and happy birthday to you yesterday. I know he didn't want that to be said, but just to echo on everybody else, first budget hearing, I think when we ran, like we I'm just thinking about that email that we got, we did run on those things, and I can say this, and I can attest to every single person sitting at this table, we really do care about the people of Binghamton. I'm learning how government works. I learned it, but like Mike said, it's easier said than done. And we really do care about everyone in our districts and in Binghamton as a whole. Just a few things. Tomorrow is our West Side meeting. It'll be at 7:30 at the Unitarian Church. So if you live in the 2nd or 3rd district, please come out. And on October, 2 trunk or treats. Tuesday, I'm supposed to go to a trunk or treat at Bridgewater, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it now because we have the budget hearing. But I'll be there, and I'll also be giving candy to Horseman School, but I'll be at Thomas Jefferson with my trunk. Come stop by. I always have the best candy, and just come stop by. But that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Porter. Okay. Blue bags. So as people who've been following along know, back in, at this point, August, I received some feedback about the blue bag desert in Southside East. I started reaching out to Waste Zero and the deputy mayor. That's when I learned that our contracts weren't up to date, and they actually still said Rich David on them, like really out of date. There is work going on behind the scenes today. So I've been kind of emailing before every meeting saying, hey, what's the status? Today I decided to call Waste Zero, and it got a little bit more of a background. They are still updating everything. They have sent stuff over this morning to the deputy mayor to review. I presume it will go to corp counsel here, who will also be reviewing, figuring all of that stuff out. But they're actually interested in sending up one of their staff from Waste Zero to actually go to different convenience stores and places to try and get blue bags in more locations. They requested that I send them a list of potential stores for them to reach out to. So if constituents have stores in mind, in my district or in anyone's district, that would make your life easier in terms of getting blue bags, please email me and I'll compile a list and continue to advocate for ease of blue bags. 2, Pirate Ship Playground open, Discovery Center.
Mhm.
So that's awesome. Thank you all for your votes to help make that happen. It was a really good day on Tuesday to go to that ribbon cutting, but it's free and open to the public. So please check it out. It is a phased project, and the plans include more disabled accessible things put in to really make sure it's a playground for everybody. I'm sure we'll be hearing more about that as time goes on. Restaurant Week was mentioned, so it runs through tomorrow. 2 participating restaurants in Southside are South City and Spice of India. Checked them both out and was good, solid experience. Discovery Center, Ross Park have a joint Halloween weekend at Ross Park on October 26th. That's should be a good time. Southside Mobile Food Pantry. So I haven't been giving as many outward facing updates, but I've been working a lot with Broome County Food Council. And we've been trying to site a mobile food pantry for Southside East. We keep having kind of ups and downs, so I don't want to give too much excitement, but we think we might be getting to a place where something might actually happen. So there's a possible site, a new possible site, and we're waiting on confirmation from the property owner and the food bank to make sure that the site works. We had a site that we were very excited about, but it didn't work with the pallets and the technical side. So we are actively working on getting a food pantry, mobile food pantry to Southside East. We see you, we hear you. We have not forgotten you. There's no news on what may go into the old ways. I have conversations with the deputy mayor on it, planning department and such. If there's permits or things, they are aware to notify the mayor's office. And I will continue to bother them about what's going on at that site. But currently there's no news. I'm still collecting ideas for Woodland Drive. We're still trying to figure out a solution at traffic board on that proposed one-way or other ideas. So if you have any magical solutions, I would love to hear them. We're looking to vote on that in November. So ideas very much welcome. That's all I got. So with that, I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Councilman Middleton,
Second.
seconded by Councilman Costi. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.